Hello everyone. I would like to talk about today a very interesting idea, and it is simply, where are you parked? So we all have a vehicle, let's say, or not all of us actually, but many of us know what a vehicle is, and we see what a car is, for example, right? So when you drive your car and you park somewhere and you leave, you have a sense of maintenance of multiple tasks. Now, man also has this problem where he forgets something. So you have this task of wanting to have intention to try to do something properly, but at the same time, your attention is going away to other things. So when that happens, that means the state in which you're considering yourself to be stable, what that means is who you think you are is not really giving you that much existential allowance. I mean, you might feel cool, you might look good, but it's not giving you that sense of openness, which is beyond terminology, beyond ideology. So, in a sense, when I say where are you parked, I'm simply suggesting that you must be aware that in this life, you have chosen more than what you have chosen so far. You have been involved in many ways and in many forms. And so all these forms are kept through a sense of collective knowing. Now, I don't want to be too playful and say, oh, it's just one thing, so you think you don't have to do anything. It's actually, life is always your moment of being is always asking you how much involvement you want with life. And so you're choosing based on who you think you are and what you think you're doing. But sometimes you will see that you will engage in an act and work with a project or a projection in a way where what your attention has been on more is more real for you. So what that means is if your attention is away from your partner, physically your partner is less real to you. And so where is your car parked, for example? And what that really, again, means is I thought I came in this life empty-handed. Then I realized I didn't have hands. Then I realized you don't need hands. You simply see that the way reality has been organized is that you are giving it a sense of it being here. It is your eyes that are opening for it to be present. And I'm not saying that when you close it, you're not here, but your awareness to how the form of reality is present is different. So think of it this way. One level, on one dimension, you're seeing the physical things around you. You're seeing plants, trees, and many other things. The street, cars. Now, on another dimension of considering that reality and also considering other realities, you get a self-awareness beyond just that form. So, in a sense, you get involved in a greater state of being, but one of your states of being is still doing its thing. And it's similar to suddenly in the middle of your workout, just walking out and trying to answer a phone call and realizing you're not working out. It's one of those things where it's just a recognition of how you are paying attention to things and how much is that manifesting accurately. So if you see there isn't an accuracy in your life, you can say, oh, life is tough, but you can also see why you feel life is not accurate. You need to see why you don't trust life. And then you'll also find reasons. So you'll be like, why do I trust life? And certain parts of your memory will get up. Oh, you don't trust it because of me, because you had this experience at this age, and this is all. And so you see that when you ask a question, when you're looking at yourself, all life is also looking at you too. And so your mind is not just an awareness to physicality, but all the considerations of physicality you have, which on subtler planes have led to conceptions, which in their very premature and surface view are what we call thoughts. Thoughts are actually, there's more dimensions to man than man can understand. And so when he realizes he's the communication between his individuality and collectivity, reality is okay as it is regardless of what happens. So your existential knowing is one that is changing infinitely, but then there's nothing to change. And so your knowing and your presence is very clear and in a sense open. So you're not thinking, but you just feel as if you stepped out of a room that was too crowded. And so that is simply what meditation also helps you with. It gets all those fingers that are being pointed on your back, or all those people tapping on your shoulder, trying to tell you things, in a sense, makes it still, because it reminds you of who you are, and you are in a sense reminding yourself by looking at who you are. So it is practical in how it will allow you to be more observant of your existential growth. And it's very important. Where are you parked? And really, all that can be is simply how you're aware of your reality. You will see that some notions of beauty are ones that are hollow. I recognize, I thought that all the type of people who I was attracted to, suddenly a hollowness was found in them because I found a hollowness in myself. So I realized, gosh, this is not me. Why am I in the wrong room? And so I took that responsibility to observing my reality, to them being in a different room. Because nobody knows if the lion can roar until it does. And it's very important that you do roar. Roar new reality. Now, to continue. So we see that an aspect of you feels responsible to a certain state of being in creating reality, and another aspect is already in a different state of being. So that moment perhaps many have found it where they are like, gosh, my priority is calling me, but I'm just playing with my, for example, entertainment right now. You know, so we are ignorant to different dynamics and to different states of our own being. What that means is that there's a part of us that has the ability to be kind, and if we ignore it, we will always think we're the one who doesn't have ability to be kind. We're the violent aspect of ourselves. Violence, kindness, any expression of form is based on how the awareness is keeping it there. So your self-awareness is dictating how your dictators are dictating you. And so we find a beauty in how a rose can mean more than just the same rose to many people. Remember your vehicles, and you will see that the greatest vehicle is your moment of being. It is your present moment, and it is a level of existential sensitivity where ideology is not present, but you're the awareness that is aware. And so you are simply an expression. In other words, your intuition at first is speaking to you to then shut you up. Because the minute you become silent, you realize how vast your intelligence flows. So it's like there's a difference between someone just running and in a sense tripping down, and someone very gently walking and also suddenly looking up and seeing the most beautiful spectacle in the clouds. You know, it's very, very important, the significance of your reality. And so much blessings, and I hope this has served you. Much blessings and namaste.